Hello, Year 4. We are going to carry on reading our book, The Boy in the Dress by David Walliams. I do apologise. I haven't got my visualizer set up yet, so I will get that done for the next video. Okay, here we go. What the hell is this? Said Dad angrily. His eyes were popping out. He was so angry. It's a magazine, replied Dennis. Well, I can see it's a magazine. Dennis wondered why his dad was asking. If he already knew what it was, but he kept that thought to himself. It's Vogue magazine, Dad. I can see it's Vogue magazine. Dennis fell silent. He had brought the magazine from the newsagents a few days before. Dennis liked the picture on the cover. It was of a pretty girl in an even prettier yellow dress, with what looked like roses sewn on the front, and it really reminded him of the dress his mum was wearing in the photograph that he kept. He just had to buy it, even though the magazine was £3.80 and he only got £5 a week. Only 17 school children allowed in at one time, read the sign in the newsagent's window. The shop was run by a very jolly man named Raj, who laughed even when nothing was funny was happening. He laughed when he said your name as you walked through the door, and that was just what he did the day Dennis bought the magazine. Dennis, ha ha! Seeing Raj laugh was impossible not to laugh too. Dennis visited Raj's shop most days on his way to or from school, sometimes just to have a chat to Raj. And after he picked up a copy of Vogue, he felt a twinge of embarrassment. So he knew it was usually women who bought it, so he picked up a copy of Shoot magazine on the way to the counter, hoping to hide the Vogue underneath it. Shoot is a football magazine. But after ringing up the Shoot magazine on the till, Raj paused. He looked at Dennis at the Vogue then at the Vogue magazine, then back at Dennis. Dennis gulped. Are you sure you want this, Dennis? Asked Raj. Vogue is mainly read by ladies, and your drama teacher, Mr. Howard. Dennis hesitated. It's a present for a friend, Raj. It's her birthday. Oh, I see. Maybe you'd like some wrapping paper to go with it. Okay, Dennis smiled. Raj was a wonderful businessman, and he was able to get you to buy anything, even things you didn't really want. All the wrapping paper is over there by the greeting cards. Dennis reluctantly wandered over. Oh, said Raj excitedly. Maybe you need a card to go with it too? Let me help. Raj bounded out from behind the counter and began to proudly show Dennis his range of cards. These are very popular with the ladies. Flowers. Ladies love flowers. He pointed out another. Kittens. Look at these lovely kittens. And puppies. Raj was really excited now. Look at those lovely puppies. They're so beautiful, Dennis. They make me want to cry. Said Dennis, looking at the card with puppies on it, trying to understand why it might make someone shed actual tears. Does this lady friend of yours prefer kittens or puppies? Raj asked. I'm not sure, said Dennis, unable to think what this lady friend of his might look like, if she existed. Puppies, I think. Puppies it is then. These puppies are so beautiful, I want to kiss them all over. Dennis tried to nod his head in agreement, but his head wouldn't move. Is this wrapping paper okay? Asked Raj as he pulled out a roll of what looked suspiciously like unsold Christmas wrapping paper. Well, it's got Father Christmas on it, Raj. Yes, Dennis, and he's wishing you a very happy birthday, said Raj confidently. I think I'll just leave it, thanks. Oh, I want an extra roll and I'll give you a third three, said Raj. No, thanks. 3 rolls for the price of 2? That's a very good offer. No, thanks, said Dennis. 7 rolls for the price of 5. Dennis only got D's in maths, so he wasn't sure whether that was a better deal or not. But he didn't want 7 rolls of Father Christmas wrapping paper, especially in March. So again, he said, no thanks. 11 rolls for the price of 8. No thanks. You're a madman, Dennis. There's 3 rolls for 3. But I didn't really need 11 rolls of wrapping paper, said Dennis. Okay, said Raj. Maybe just put these through the till. Dennis followed Raj to the till. He glanced briefly at the sweets on the counter. Vogue magazine, Shoot magazine, card, and now you're eyeing up my Yorkie bars, aren't you? Said Raj, laughing. Well, I was just take one. No thanks. Take one, insisted Raj. It's okay. Please, Dennis, I want you to have a Yorkie bar. Well, I don't really like Yorkie bars. Everybody likes a Yorkie bar. Please take one. Dennis smiled and picked up a Yorkie. 1 Yorkie bar, 60 pence, said Raj. Dennis's face dropped. So that's £5 in total, please, continued the shopkeeper. Dennis rummaged in his pocket and pulled out some coins. But as my favourite customer, said Raj, I'm going to give you a discount. Oh, thank you, said Dennis. £4.99. Dennis had walked halfway up the street before he heard a voice shout, Sellotape! He looked round and he saw Raj was holding a large box of sellotape. You need sellotape to wrap your present. No thanks, said Dennis politely. We've got some at home. 15 rolls for the price of 13, Raj shouted. Dennis smiled and carried on walking. He felt a sudden surge of excitement. Couldn't wait to get home and open the magazine and gaze at its hundreds of glossy, colourful pages. He walked faster, then started jogging. And when he couldn't really contain his excitement anymore, he started running. When he got home, Dennis bounded upstairs, closed the bedroom door, lay down on his bed and turned the first page. Like a treasure box from an old film, the magazine seemed to shine a golden light on his face. The first 100 pages were all adverts, but they were probably the best pages. Pages and pages of glorious photographs of beautiful women in beautiful clothes and makeup and jewelry and shoes and bags and sunglasses. Names like Yves Saint Laurent and Christian Dior, Tom Ford, Alexander McQueen, Louis Vuitton, Marc Jacobs and Stella McCartney run underneath the images. Dennis didn't know who any of them were, but he loved the way their names looked on the page. They are all names of top fashion designers. The adverts were followed by a few pages of writing. They looked boring, so he didn't read them. Then pages and pages of fashion shoots. These were not very different from the adverts, featuring more beautiful women in photographs that were moody and fabulous. The magazine even smelled exotic, as it had those special pages where you pulled open a flap and have a sniff of the newest perfume. Dennis pored over every page, mesmerized by the dresses, their color, their length, their cut. He could lose himself in the pages forever. The glamour, the beauty, the perfection. Suddenly, he heard a key in the door. Dennis, oi, bro, where are you? It was John. Dennis quickly hid the magazine under his mattress. He knew somehow that he didn't want his brother to see it. He opened the bedroom door and called down as innocently as he could from the top of the stairs. Just up here. What are you doing? Asked John, as he leaped up the stairs, a Jaffa cake in his mouth. Nothing, I just got home. Would you want to have a kickabout in the garden? Yeah, okay. All the time they played, Dennis couldn't help thinking about the magazine. It was as if it was glowing like gold from under the mattress. Now, that night, when his brother was having a bath, he quietly lifted the copy of Vogue from under the mattress and silently turned the pages, studying every hem, every stitch, every fabric. Every moment he could, Dennis returned to the glorious world. It was like Narnia, only without the talking lion that was supposed to be Jesus. But Dennis's escape to that magical world of glamour ended the day his dad discovered the magazine. I can see it's Vogue. What I want to know is why a son of mine wants to look at a fashion magazine. It sounded like a question, but Dad was so angry and and such force in his voice, he wasn't really sure if he wanted to answer. Not that Dennis could think of one anyway. I just like it. It's only the pictures and things about dresses like that. I can see that, said Dad, looking at the magazine. And what was when he paused and a funny look crossed his face. He studied the cover for a moment. Girl in a flowery frock. That dress is like the one you're... Yes, Dad? Nothing, Dennis, nothing. Dad looked for a moment like he was about to cry. It's okay, Dad, said Dennis softly, and he slowly moved his hand and placed it over his dad's. He remembered doing the same with his mum once, when Dad had made her cry. He remembered how strange this felt too, a child comforting an adult. Dad let Dennis hold his hand for a moment before moving it away embarrassed. He raised his voice again. No, son, it's just not right. Dresses, it's weird. Well, Dad, what are you doing looking under my mattress in the first place? In truth, Dennis knew exactly why his dad was looking under his mattress. Dad had a magazine of his own that his brother John would sneak into his room and take and read for himself. Anyway, when John borrowed his father's magazine, it wasn't really like when you borrowed a book from the library. There wasn't any inlay card that would have to be stamped by a bespectacled librarian, and you didn't incur fines if you returned it late. So John usually just kept it. So Dennis guessed that his dad's magazine had gone missing again, and he'd been looking for it when he found the copy of Vogue. Well, I was just looking under your mattress because... Dad looked uncomfortable and then angry. Well, it doesn't matter why I was looking under your mattress. I'm your dad, and I can look under your mattress any time I like. He finished his speech with a tone of triumph. Grown-ups, somebody do, and they're talking nonsense, and they know it. Dad brandished this magazine. This is going into the dustbin, son. But Dad, Dennis protested. I'm sorry, it's just not right. A boy your age reading Vogue magazine. He said Vogue magazine as if he was talking a foreign language and he didn't understand it. It's just not right, just not right, just not right, he muttered over and over as he left the room. Then he sat on the edge of his bed and listened as his dad clumped his way down the stairs and then lifted the dustbin lid. Finally, he heard a clanging thud as the magazine hit the bottom of the bin. Okay, there, guys, I'm going to stop reading there. Hope you're enjoying that chapter, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.